Welcome to Live Chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our whatever. Oh my gosh. Do they involve complaining incessantly? Oh my god, I need like squeegees for my glasses. I got so much sweat on my glasses, in my eyes. Oh, this can't be how people do it. Is this how people get fit? Is it really? Oh, I think people must be different than me because God, it's just not. It doesn't, there's nothing enjoyable about this at all. Not even it being over. How is everybody? Hello, and how is everybody? It's time for a nice cup of tea. I can't talk for too long because guess who's got our writing bandits to do today? That would be me, just in case anyone was asking. Mary Lou, Candace, David Williams, Yvonne or Ivan, Stephen, Steve Cherry and son, Megan, Savannah, and Chelsea, Attica, Mark O. X was invented by the devil, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it was. Sherry Lyons, how are you, my dear? Oh my God. Hello, Mark. Hello, Tobias. After workout brew must be the best. Oh, it's so true. Nothing makes a cup of tea or a cup of coffee taste better than exercise. But I gotta say, even the process of drinking it, I mean, my arms are shaking. My stomach feels like someone's just been kicking me incessantly. Anyways, whatever. I'm drinking a nice cup of Yorkshire Gold tea is what I'm doing. And reveling in it. I haven't actually moved to coffee yet. I will, though. I will move to coffee soon because at 12 o'clock noon, that is noon Eastern Standard Time, I'm doing my first writing bandit session. I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing. I don't know if this is going to be an irregular thing. Well, most of my things are pretty irregular now I think about it, but most of my streams. So I'm going to talk to my friend Crow Scratch, Jimmy Key, today. And we're going to just sort of start talking about writing, the process of writing, the business of writing, the passion of writing, the delusions, the impossible dreams, the possible dreams, the realities of it all. I think it should be kind of fun because it's something that comes up a lot. I'm amazed at how many. I would just figured everyone would ask me about acting, but they don't. They ask me about writing. They ask me about writing. They ask me about getting into filmmaking, and of course, this is something that I've been doing since I was, 13 years old. Really, we've been making films since we were 13. Started with Vincenzo. We just, basically our entire group of friends have just always done this and always sort of loved it. I've always had, should we say, other interests as well. I always, the tech side of stuff was always something that I absolutely loved, and my friends would laugh at me as I, quit acting every so often to go off and do IT jobs and things because I freaking loved that stuff. There was always this dream that one day I was going to find something that was going to allow me to have complete control over my life and that I was going to love doing it for a long extended period of time. And acting is definitely what that is now, I guess. But I still fight it all the time. Tooth and nail, I fight it. I have this, one of my jokes about actors is that, the only thing they have control over is basically their body and what is it, fat index or whatever the hell it is. So that's why, you see actors exercising all the time. I worked with a brilliant man, Bruce Gray, who sadly is no longer with us. Probably a good thing, actually, because he would have hated the pandemic. Very social man, and at least he could be seen off properly when he went. But brilliant actor, and he said the thing with acting is you never know. You never know. You get a television series, you're all excited, you're at the sandwich bar eating your third breakfast burrito, and the producer comes up to you and says, "Okay, next scene you're naked." Or next show, you're naked, or whatever. And you're like, oh my God, how do I hide this gut? And so he just basically said, just always assume that the next day they could ask you to be naked. Luckily, there are two types of people in the world. People who are funny naked and people who are attractive naked. And I am most definitely firmly in the funny department. Funny to terrifying, I would say. So most people don't generally want to see me naked. This exercise thing is honestly more about a bit of cardio and a bit of health, because I feel like for myself, I would happily become Jabba the Hutt. But the reality is Jabba is probably not very healthy as a human. So I want to be around for my wife. I want to be around for my kid. I don't want to let them down by by kicking it early because I'm too fat and I can't move around, or I die of diabetes or heart failure or something. So, which I know is all possible anyways. But I just thought the least I can do is at least attempt to be slightly, is to try to prolong things a little bit. So yes, so that is the plan. Yes, and teeth wise, I got a lovely email from Pac Mum the other day, who said who is in the dental field, should we say? And she was saying, look, you've got to go back to wearing that mouth guard. And I'll have you know that I not only wear the mouth guard at night. I wear it when I exercise as well because I grind my teeth so badly. Adore David Hewlett. Well, that's the kind of thing I like hearing in the morning. That's why I'm here. Maybe that's why I do exercises, just so people like, who have we got there? People like Damien Robbie can say they adore me. I love it. Thank you, Damien. Colby Wall lost 80 pounds watching Stargate while running. Oh, great, Colby. Jesus, I hate you. So how do we ban people from this? You're not welcome here, fit person. No, well done, man. That's freaking great. I think, I have the torture device behind me here. I don't know if you can actually see it. So that was what I used to use all the time, was this beast. I needed something different. I guess because of the pandemic and because we've been stuck at home so much, and I felt like I felt a bit like I was on a treadmill in my life, let alone in my exercise. So I've started doing these 7-minute things, and I was quite happy, actually. I did them this morning, and Jane wanted to do yoga, but she said, you go ahead first, and it's because I wanted it upstairs. It's a little more comfortable upstairs. Here, this brilliant idea with the mats. This brilliant idea with these cheap mats from the dollar store. I thought, I'll get the entire place kitted out with nice, fun, funky, bright colors. The kids will love it when they come in for Tech Bandits, and it's just kind of cool. Well, the problem with cheap mats like that is that they tend to sort of suddenly fly out while you're trying to do exercise and stuff. So I've gone upstairs to make it a little more comfortable. I thought I had this sorted out. I thought I had a brilliant plan with this thing. I had little clips and everything to get this mic working. Hello, everybody. Don't worry about me. It's technical difficulties. Does that work? Is that any better? That's a little better. Okay, now I have to go a lot lower though. Okay, so what was the point? Oh, right. So Jane actually had to watch me exercise today. If you want to kill a marriage, that's the way to do it, probably. But she actually came away and she said, like, oh, I didn't realize it was quite so strenuous. So I think that's probably a good sign. It means I'm probably doing something right. Hello, Sardonic Spirals. Hello, chat, they say as well. Carter TDK says the Splatoon shirt. Gotta love it. Ah, well done. Most people go like, what is that, Space Invaders? No, it is the Squid shirt. Very much. It is very much Splatoon. Come on, McKay. I'll go get a lemon. Oh, man, don't even start. Look at the title of this stream. I know, big wine, isn't it? Got any marriage advice? Yes. The best marriage advice I ever got. I don't know where we got it from, but boy, it makes Jane and I laugh all the time. We could be having the most massive, horrid fight about something obviously she's done wrong. And we always come back to, if it feels good, don't say it. Because in those moments where you go like, you know what, you're whatever. I can't imagine what she would say about me. I'm sure she probably struggles to find anything. But me being so perfect and all. But no, that is the best advice we ever had. Because now we'll be having a fight and we'll eventually end up at, if it feels good, don't say it. So it works very well. So how do you feel today? Plans for future series on YouTube or Netflix? I gotta say, you're welcome, Megan. I mean, look, if that ends up in divorce, I'm not responsible, just so you know. Because keep in mind, I've also had one miserable failure of a marriage as well. So this is my second. My other advice would be sort of, marry your second wife, maybe first. But no offense to my first wife. Just that, there's just sometimes it just was not. Sometimes it's just a bit of oil and water there. It doesn't work so well. Chalk and cheese and all. So what do I say? Plans for YouTube and stuff. Well, my big plan today, which I've said, and I'm going to say it again because I'm really kind of excited about it. We're doing our first Writing Bandits session today. So basically, at lunch, I am having a stream. It's 12 noon. I will be on Twitch, which is Tech Banditry. So you go to Twitch, look up Tech Banditry, and you will find us. Or you can go to thetechbandits.com and sort of poke around in there. You'll find a thing about it there. And I will tweet it and insta face it, before I go on. Hopefully, if I get things organized in time. But yeah, the idea there is just talk about writing, and I'm really looking forward to that. So that is the next, if for want of a better word, series that I have planned. I have two like acting gigs right now, which is insane. I guess they can't fly people up from America, so they have to put up with us. But I have two sort of ongoing roles on series right now, neither of which I don't think I can say anything about either of them right now. And they're both kind of weirdly big projects. So it was sort of, I really didn't want to, I'll be completely honest, I said no right away to both of them. And my wife and my agent, thankfully, said, no. Now is the time. You gotta go back to work, and these are good opportunities, and you gotta do that. So, because I frankly am quite enjoying just being squirreled up in the basement doing these kind of things. But as you probably know, they don't pay quite as well as MGM does, or not. I didn't say MGM. I did not say MGM, and no, it's not Stargate. Just to be very, very clear. But it might be MGM. Maybe we'll see. I cannot tell a lie. We know David will be playing a genius tech guy. You know what's funny, Sandman? I'm not. I am not. Oh no, wait a sec. I am on one of them. Never mind. Take it back. Okay. Yay, love to see you on the screen again. It'll be fun. It'll be really fun. I think you'll enjoy it. They are two different, but very... There's definitely McKay-isms to both of them. Very strong McKay-isms to both of them. I'd go so far as saying maybe even straying into the evil McKay, which is kind of fun too. So, but that's it. Unfortunately, they're not Stargate. But you know what? It'll be a nice change for me, anyways, and for you. You get to watch me do something different. One of my favorite characters you played is Virgil C. Dunn in Cypher. Again, playing a tech genius. Well, it's interesting, Recently, on one of these roles is actually, I keep coming back to him, Virgil Dunn, on, again, another Vincenzo Natali movie. So Vincenzo was the guy we were making films with when we were 13. That's I went to school with him. Loveliest man in the freaking industry, frankly. And certainly one of the most talented. I mean, just brilliant. He's got this amazing look and sort of, and perspective on the world, which is so freaking warped. I love him. And also just an old, like a really, really old school friend. So, all right, Sherry, you get out of here. Thank you very much for popping by. I too cannot be too long because I have to get ready to go and talk to my little friend, with all of you. So I'll give you like another 4 minutes. Then I've got 15 minutes to get some stuff together, and then I've got some time to check it. I think what we're going to do is probably do a Zoom chat today, and I'll just record that. David, would you ever do more horror thriller like Cube Splice or Cypher? In a freaking second. I love horror. I watch horror and sci-fi all the time. My wife laughs at me, says, why don't you watch good stuff? I just love bad B-movie stuff, whether it's bad B-movie sci-fi to complain about, or bad B-movie horror to complain about, or to find these little gems in the rough. I mean, I just, I don't know what it is. It's usually because I just want to, when I used to drink, I used to be a big drinker. I love my drinks. And a big part of the drinking was to silence the voices in my head, is that at night you've got so much. I realize now it's the whole ADHD thing, but you got so many ideas, and you don't want to sleep, and you want to write things down, and you want to tap things out, and you want to look things up, and you're constantly, your brain is going all the time. And I found the best thing to do with that was a good bottle of scotch or a couple of beers, or my favorite was the beer and the scotch. So you'd have the shot of scotch and then a bolt of beer, and it's so good, but really bad for you. Certainly as you get older and as it becomes something like something you're doing every freaking night, it just becomes like, again, it feels like another thing where someone else has control over you. So anyway, we were going to have this kid, who's now like 13. And I just thought, my wife can't drink while she's pregnant, so why should I? And then after that, I was like, why go back and save myself a fortune, have the odd glass of wine when Jane and I get the odd date once every 6 or 7 years, and I'll have a glass of wine with her or whatever. But that's it. Anyway, so point being is, instead of that, what I do now is I can't sleep. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I will put on a really crappy horror movie, and not even really crappy. I look for good ones. The posters always look good. And then I'll watch them. And I watched one recently called The Turning, which started off and I was like, it could work. It could work. It's got some good actors in it. And it had some, it was like DreamWorks and everything. And I was like, normally my biggest complaint about horror films, or shouldn't even say the biggest complaint, the biggest issue you have in writing a horror film, and we should talk about this in writing class, actually, as well. Writing Bandits, writing class. Oh my God, that's how to drive people away. Writing Bandits, it's all very loose. I think is to talk about the perils of writing horror, because the thing about horror is you set up the horror, and that is fairly easy, in that you can come up with all these horrible, creepy situations and things that can happen, and you don't have to explain anything in the first half of the show. And then the latter half, you have to tie it all together and make it make sense and give it a resolution. And that's where all horror movies fall apart. So I feel that if you can't get that first, half right, if you can't do a really good job of that, then you are letting the side down, because you really got free range to do whatever you want, to set up whatever you want here. Because in the most cases, you're going to fail at the end anyways. Like, that's the way I feel about it. So if I was going to make a horror movie now, I think I would make one that has just the coolest stuff happening, and then until the last possible moment, and then explain it very quickly. Before anyone thinks about, wait a second, why were they, so I think that's probably part of it. But there was one I saw that I quite liked. I think it was called The Innkeepers, and it was a tiny budget movie. And I think it was called The Innkeepers. It was really creepy. And it kind of resolved itself in a way. There was some interesting, it had some great acting, fun performances. It has certain silliness to it, which I really liked. I think that's the other thing you want to be careful of with horror, is taking it too seriously. I'm too lazy to figure out Ubuntu. You're doing Ubuntu. What are you doing? Some hacking? Isn't Ubuntu like the good one for hacking? Good horror film is Taking of Deborah Logan. Oh, okay, I have to look at that. Good to know. David, I'm channeling my inner Cal. Shouldn't you be going now? Should I? Oh, what time is it? Oh God, I should. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Insidious. Oh, have I seen Insidious? I may have seen Insidious. That's the other problem, is they all start blending together. So, the good ones that I've seen recently, haven't seen a lot of good ones, to be honest. I'll have to think about this. There's one that was written by Crow Scratch, or at least the last story was written by Crow Scratch. I think it was rewritten a lot by producers at the end, so it's probably not quite as good. But he wrote a fantastic one for God, we'll have to ask him about it. Ask him about him on the stream. So, I will see you all at noon. Please, please, please come by. Even if you just pop by, say hi. Obviously, obviously, I would like this thing to continue. So I'm hoping it will be a popular thing, and I'm hoping that I can continue it. I'm hoping that I can start intertwining it with So this is Film Bandits, and I'm putting it at noon because I thought if there's any kids who are interested, maybe they'll want to join at lunch. But if not, I felt that there's certainly a lot of people like me who maybe dabble in writing and stuff. Maybe I dabble more than others, but you know what I mean. I certainly don't do a lot of writing, and I'm very eager to talk to James about it, because he's just a really cool guy to talk to. So anyways, I will see you all at noon. I will say, be kind, be brilliant. No, what do I say? Be safe, be kind, be brilliant. I like that. I don't know where that came from, but I really like that. It's like words to live by. So I'll say cheerio and huzzah, and I'll see you at noon. Bye. Thank you.